All right, welcome back for our second game of the day here between the second place team out of the South Division, the San Antonio Soldados, and the third place team out of the North Division, the Toronto Raiders. Should be an exciting one here. Two of the better teams playing in this primary bracket. Toronto making up much of that Team East Canada roster that made waves at Pan Am, eventually taking the silver medal. The San Antonio Soldados, kind of the future of Texas. A lot of THC Heat players, a lot of top college talent. We'll get to talking about that as we get started. I'm Ethan Sturm. Noah Schwartz with me on the call. I'll be giving you the play-by-play. And we're live.
And the Soldados get bludgeon control, or get the Quaffle to start this game out. They
Bludgeon
also
control as
have
well.
bludgeon control. They're going to come out in a two-male set. And we'll see what happens from here. They've got outside on the wing. It's going to go to Miguel Esparza up top. Still probing. We're going to see probably another 2-2 zone look here from Toronto. They've got two at the hoops now. And we're going to see some more probing here. We've got an attack and a great goal there from number 20, Melissa Kite.
Yeah, Kite out of the Texas State program was their best scorer at U.S. Quidditch Cup this season. When the offense was struggling, she was really stepping up and getting them those goals.
And now Toronto taking the ball up, looking to get bludgeon control back. They're going to trade beats here. We've got a quick look here. Number 16 is not going to be able to do it. And that ball is going to go back to the Soldados. A good little bit of offense. We got a little fast break here from Soldados. Good defense there. A cross goal to Melissa Kite. She's able to put it back. That's 20-0. 20-0 Soldados. Two great goals there from Melissa Kite to start this game.
Yeah, 20-0. We're sorry about the score and time. We will get that running in a minute. But yeah, that athleticism advantage showing early here for Soldados, who have now switched into a standard set.
And a lot of trust there in the fast break to whip it across there to Kite, who was able to make a great catch and a quick goal.
Yeah, really one of the underknown female chaser talents in the sport right now.
And a nice little move here from the chasers. Able to put it. No, she's not able to put it through.
Yeah, she was beat before Taylor Tracy. Miguel Esparza, the keeper there, though. You gotta get a wrap there.
Yeah, he got big at the goal, but she was able to find a way. And it goes out to number 4. A good wrap there. He's able to bring him down, the keeper. It goes back to Esparza, who makes a fake. A cross goal. McIntyre, who's able to put it through.
McIntyre, the star player of that Texas A&M program, and also Team USA Developmental Academy. Great keeper, doing work in the chaser game right now, but great ball distributor in general.
Yeah, and it's looked really clean and really precise here, especially with the passing for the Soldados so far.
Toronto not able to make their first beater pairing work. They're going to switch in Jonathan Galla now, along with Sam McCall. Galla, one of the tallest beaters around, was not with those Team Canada players this year at Pan Am, but obviously these Canadian players between Pan Am and this Raiders roster played a lot of Quidditch this summer.
And we've got a sloppy pass there that's going to break things up a little bit. Taylor's able to get it out on the wing. And now we've got Vidua up top, and it's going to be a shot there that's going to be broken up by the Soldados, and Esparza is going to break at it. Another pass, a little low, able to nicely scooped up by Langrenas, who's able to put it through.
Yeah, Langrenas, Team USA chaser now for 2 years. Athletic talent, super fast.
And a nice look, another clean break there with a little bit of a sloppy pass, but a great scoop from Langrenas, who was able to put it through. It's now 40-0 Soldados.
This game could get out of hand pretty quickly. It's always been the talent of these top Texas teams to use their athleticism to their advantage. Of course, this team finishing second in the division behind the Austin Outlaws, our two-time defending champions. They played very early in the season, though. Austin was had a lot more experience, a lot more organized. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the two of them match up come late in this tournament.
Yeah, they really grew. The Soldados really grew into the season, and no need to grow into this game. Really quick start here for them. The pass goes wide, and it's cleaned up nicely by the 70, the Soldados beater. Esparza's going to have the ball, and that's going to be a nice beat there, charging down the field. A clean look, and Langrenas is not going to be able to put this through. A nice block there behind the hoops from the Toronto Raiders, but a good rebound. Didn't give up on the play.
Yeah, they're going to have to reset because they have 2 players beat out. Miguel Esparza doesn't really have passing options at the moment.
But Toronto able to establish some bludger control here.
Yeah, but Taylor Tracy in the beater game has really been the star so far. The Quaffle players have really just been cleaning up.
And the ball goes behind to Languinos in the back. He whips it back in front to Esparza. There's a missed beat from the Soldados, and there's not a bludger to protect.
Yeah, it's Tracy's first real mistake, but Esparza cleans it up by hitting the mid-range shot, but I guess none of the refs had the angle.
And a nice little break there for Toronto. The shot looked good, but from Esparza, called no good, so it's still going to be 40-0. San Antonio over Toronto so far. It's been all San Antonio. And we've got a little 1.5 action here.
Yeah, Devin Dutt just tries to go right through Taylor Tracy. Novell, a great stop there by Esparza, and another one. Big defense. As much as we gave him no credit for his earlier defense, comes up with a couple big blocks there.
Toronto's still in control of the ball. There's a no bludger situation. He's going to try and get through the defense here and stick his hand right through the hoop.
Yeah.
A nice play there by 94.
Melchior was really the big story for the Canadian squads at Pan Am. He's finally that really unstoppable force that the team's been missing in the past. And to go through a San Antonio team like that and put that one through.
Now it's going to be San Antonio still up 40-10 now. And we'll see if we can't get that corrected soon. San Antonio with the ball, going to be content to probe. They got bludger control back. Now they're going to look to attack here.
40-10 the score. Again, we'll get this scorekeep timekeep fixed as quickly as we can.
We've got to move up top. He's going to draw the bludger. A nice little shot there. It just goes just over the bar.
Yeah, and for this hot start, it's really cool
and now
down
we've got
here.
A fast break. Nice beat there from 99.
Yeah, Alex Stewart with some real force behind that beat. But also Sloppy from Canada, you got to hit that pass in transition.
Yeah, it looked like she was going to be able to be there, but you've got to draw the bludger first and then pass out, and just too quick of a pass there from Toronto.
So Tracy comes out of the game. Ryan Naraki now in at beater. It won't work. One of the Team USA beaters at Pan Am, out of the Texas State program, their coach last season. It's going to get rid of Taylor there. It doesn't do anything. Sanchez in the lane. He's going to hit that one. 50-10 now the score. All right. So 50-10 is now the score.
What's the time? Time?
Melchior back in possession of the ball.
And then hit set.
And we have the score and the timer back up working. A little pass out there to 60. Another nice beat from the Soldados. Esparza is going to look to run.
He's got Luke Languinas wide open. He's got Sanchez wide open.
Everybody wants to touch the ball out here. Languinas is going to shoot. He's going to score.
Someday Languinas will catch with 2 hands, but it won't be today.
A quick break. We've now 60-10 San Antonio. San Antonio out here breaking ankles everywhere.
In the beater game. the old beater game broken ankle.
And we've got a move there from 94. We're going to have a stoppage of play. Did he step out?
That would be an unfortunate mistake.
Yeah, it looked like he stepped out.
The red lines on the field are the Quidditch-specific lines, if you were wondering.
And it's going to be a break here with a beater behind.
Masalado does a good job of containing him, though he swings around her now.
I'm so glad to.
And he's going to still drawing that beater, looking for a passing option. He's going to play it wide to Kite. He's going to get it back to Esparza, and he's going to reset the offense here. Nice play there from the Soldados. Oh, and the ball's going to hit the hoop. And it got deflected away and back to Toronto.
Yeah, you imagine we were going to see a sub for Esparza at some point. He's played all 9 minutes of this game, and I feel like he's getting a little lazy out there just because of his tiredness.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what would you like to see from Toronto in this offensive possession?
I mean, it's just Chris passing that's let them down so far. I mean, their beaters are doing a good enough job. Here they are in the team L set again. But again, that's the passing that's letting them down.
And now they are able to get bludgeon. Now they are able to get bludgeon control back. A nice play.
But they lose the quaffle with no pressure.
Yeah, that was a pretty unfortunate mistake right there. And the Soldados are going to be content here. Now we've got one beater. It's going to go high.
Yeah, Naraki tried to make the cute kick beat as he was gaining back third bludger and ended up kicking off pitch, which really just set Soldados back a ways.
And we're going to go around the Esparza's going to go around the wing. Looking to attack that little hoop, and he does. The beater's unable to react. It's going to be 60. It's going to be 70-10 San Antonio. Toronto coming up with bludger control. Kite and Esparza at the hoops for the Soldados. We're gonna see a little jump, and he's gonna attack the hoop, and he's gonna be good.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing you got to finish.
And McIntyre at keeper now. We did get the sub from Esparza.
Williams and Reinhold now the pairing for
And
the Soldados, but a free beat there.
A bad mistake there from McIntyre, and the slip from 16 is going to allow him to clean it up. A turnover in the middle of the field is one of the worst places to have a turnover in Quidditch. Kite somehow comes up with the ball, but we're going to get some action here from the referees.
Yeah, advantage called, I believe, on a Soldado tackle a ways back, and he was just waiting to see who ended up with control. So it's going to be Toronto ball again, and a chance to score here and get back within 40, which at the 11-minute mark is about all they could really ask for after how slow they got off to a start.
Yeah, Toronto's really going to have to be careful with their bludgers. It's the Soldados really get out and run in the no bludger situations in the fast breaks. And it's been fairly even in the half court, and it's just been the fast breaks of San Antonio that's been able to overrun Toronto here. So let's look to see if Toronto can keep bludger control, keep one back. Basic good fundamentals should help them claw back into this game.
So when this susses its way out, it will be Toronto ball. Masalado will have it, and they need to take advantage of this power play here. San Antonio does have bludger control though, and right on their hoops, so they will have to force Toronto on a reset, I would imagine. 11 minutes is the time.
And a Tonic Crow here at keeper is going to have the ball up top.
Goal gets beat there by Reinhold. And now
there's
Williams looking to push.
and
And
there's
we
no
see a
budge.
great
And this is
beat.
going to be a fast break for the Soldados here. No beaters back for Toronto, and a quick goal from McIntyre. That's the sort of thing that Toronto can't allow to continue to happen.
Yeah, two really crisp beats. First by Reinhold to eliminate the Toronto beater, and then Williams to hit Crow from a distance on the legs.
So 80-20 San Antonio now.
So yeah, San Antonio obviously in control here, playing a little bit in their depth, but I mean they run 2 or 3 lines deep with no problem here. So we'll see if they can just get a few more goals on the board and really be comfortable come switch on pitch time. So just a reminder of the stakes of this game. The winner of this game will face the winner of New York versus Kansas City. That game will be a decider of who gets the 4 seed and who gets the 6 seed. The loser of this game will need to win 2 in a row to earn, I believe, the 8th seed in the tournament. So pretty high stakes, to be sure.
And Toronto with the ball now. They've been okay in the half court, and they should look to keep this game in the half court. And we'll see if they're going to be able to do that. They do have bludger control, and now's the time one of those situations where you really would like to find a goal here. Crow looking to probe. Looking to work that towards that small hoop. He's going to make a pump fake and a nice goal there on the mid-range shot. The beaters really created space for him, and he was able to put it through.
Yeah, when the Toronto Beaters can get an advantage, they can make something happen. But without the advantage, they just don't have the passing game to do anything offensively today.
And they do lose control here. Nice little play from San Antonio. And McIntyre's just going to look to get in. And the Toronto Beater just got caught up behind one of his own players too close to the hoop and wasn't able to press that ball carry out of the keeper zone. And a nice little close-range touch pass through the hoop.
Yeah, I do like the quick hand adjustment there to be able to hit that floater because there was contact towards his arm and he was able to just get in position to still hit that shot. We see those go wide a lot.
And Crow up top, he's going to make the pass wide. And the shot's not going to be good. But that's a nice little attack there as well. You got to convert that on that. And once that defender steps to you, that little touch shot through the hoop becomes so critical. San Antonio now behind the hoop, looking to make something happen. It's going to go back in front of the hoop. There's nobody there. The beater sure is, though.
Yeah, that's a great beat by goal to save the goal. They can't run against 2 bludgers, though.
Crow expressing some frustration here.
Yeah, but again, I mean, there's no fast break to be had there. Daniel Williams just destroys Gala in the beating game.
And now Toronto's going to really have to scramble to make something work here, and it's going to be a turnover. Yeah, I mean, when you have one bludger and your beater gets beat out, and you haven't traded beats, you're at such a huge disadvantage. Those turnovers come rapidly, and that's what Toronto has to avoid to stay in this game. Pass goes across to Eric Reyes, and it's getting called no good. We're going to talk about
wants the goal.
They sure think it's good, but of course they do.
Yeah. I mean, Quidditch is all about having one ref at the right angle for a shot. A lot of times the head ref's not even in position for it. So just a reminder, we're here on Pitch 1 here on our YouTube. Over on Twitch, you can watch our Pitch 2 games. Right now on that field, the League City Legends are taking on the Rochester Whiteout. Ref's still discussing here. I think it's important to note that, I mean, yes, the San Antonio team has kind of run up a nice little lead against Toronto, but the San Antonio team is a team with semifinals, even finals aspirations. It's not that much of a condemnation on Toronto. They're still one of the teams favored to pick up one of those last few spots in the quarterfinal bracket. Though it has been a rough start to the day for the North Division, with Minneapolis being upset by Washington. That's the second place team there, and now the slow start from Toronto.
Yeah, and
Detroit also lost to Kansas City, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, Toronto timeout here.
Okay, so far this game, Ethan. A little chair trouble here. So far this game, Ethan, we're looking for more of the same from San Antonio. What have you seen that Toronto has to do? I talked about how they might have to slow the game down, really focus on keeping bludgers back, especially to avoid those transitions. I don't know, maybe a little crisper offensively?
Yeah, I mean, it all starts in the passing game, right? I mean, you kind of always have those first Quidditch game of the day, like passing jitters, where things aren't quite going where you want them to. And I mean, they had that play early in the game where their beaters were establishing bludger control, and 2 of their chasers just lost possession of the quaffle, like up top. Those are the kind of mistakes you can't be making. If they can just be a little bit comfortable swinging those passes around, they can really open up some things. Because I mean, the San Antonio team, it's not like they're running up the score and them scoring fast break goals over and over and over again. They're still having to work for their points. And a 6-point game with a 40-point snitch is still a game by any account.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a lot in these first two games of most teams looking to play with 2 players at the hoops. The adjustment's been made. It seems that traditionally you've seen just the keeper at the hoops. Why have they dropped that second player back?
Sure. So I mean, this is something that's been trending for some time now in Quidditch, right? I mean, our MLQ Championship last year between the Austin Outlaws and Boston Knight Riders, 2 teams known for their athleticism and playing man defense, they played zone against each other exclusively. Last year's USQ Championship was the Cavalry playing what I call the Cavalry Wall against Heat, which is a really deep sitting 2-2 zone. I think it is a realism about the powers of the beaters, and it is something that we've tried to kind of adjust with some rules this year in MLQ. One of the things you can do to it is make life hell for that chaser that's playing at the hoops, right? Because if they get beat, they still have to touch middle hoop, which means a wide open hoop they're leaving. If you can just get a beater in there to make that tap beat, you can really open things up on offense.
And now the play's restarted. We've got 94 up top. It's a bit of a scramble. We've got the beater to come back. He's going to not see the other beater. He's going to give up control there.
Yeah, Chris De La Fuente was dominating Jonathan Gola there. Texas State program, playing along with Jess Markle, who he often beat with this season at Texas State. A lot of Texas State representation on the Soldados team. Of course, San Marcos a little bit closer to San Antonio than it is to Austin.
And the card's going to be on Tim Wynn, Chaser Tim Wynn, up top for dangerous play. It's going to be his first yellow card. Ball's going to stay with Toronto. Soldados did get bludger control before the card. We're going to maintain bludger control. And now a pass here to a wide open 94 behind the hoops. They're going to say it's no good.
Yeah, it was either a great block by McIntyre or a bad shot by Melchior.
And now Soldado's going to be running the other way with McIntyre. He's going to dish to Reyes, who's going to spin, pass back to McIntyre, who's going to finish at the same hoop.
Yeah, I like what I saw from Toronto on that play, though. They finally made that incisive pass. It was just either, like I said, either a good defensive effort or a bad offensive effort. Hard to tell from our angle.
30 seconds.
So Wynn trying to kill his second penalty of the game now. I didn't hear whether this one was yellow or blue. I don't know if he's now on 2 yellows.
And now Naftal just trips up top in front of Reyes. No harm, though. And there's a missed beat. He's going to look to attack it. The dish there, and an easy goal.
And that's what we've been waiting for from Toronto, right? Just get into the lane. And that kind of speaks to the downside of playing a player like Reyes here. He's not the shiftiest guy. If your point defender can beat him off the dribble, it's going to open a lot of things up, especially on a power play where people have to be unmarked. Good use of the power play there by Toronto, though. Smart play.
And now we've got a contact from behind yellow card.
So that's going to work out really badly for the Soldados because she's still going to have to serve her full minute on a beater power play.
Yep.
Because all that's going to do is release Tim Wynn from the chaser power play. The real unfortunate situation would be if they call it happening after the goal, which would be a quaffle turnover. I don't think that's going to be the call, though. We're almost at 16 minutes here. Score with that goal is 100-40.
And on the restart, Craig Garrison's going to have the ball. It's going to be met up top. They can't lose bludger control. He's going to have to go back to his hoops anyway. So yeah, now Toronto cannot lose bludger control. And they're going to have a free beater up top to deal with that. Going to put pressure on the ball, look to force a turnover here. And now Soldados with no beaters. And now they're going to have Soldados going to retain the ball. Eric Reyes is going to look to drive on no beaters, and Kite's going to put it through. It looks like Toronto got overextended in their excitement and allowed Reyes to dish to Kite for the easy goal.
Just a quick correction, it was Jenna Adams. Kite's not still in the game. It's similar builds, I can see the confusion. Adams also knocks down that pass.
Naftal gets beat before the shot on his foot.
You don't see foot beats very often.
No, it doesn't happen very often.
Probably because
so again, the Soldados was able to convert with a man down.
Yeah.
And this time a beater. That was pretty. That was amazing.
That's not easy to do.
No.
That is a tricky one.
17?
Toronto really has to do better in the beating game to avoid situations like that.
Looks like Garrison managed to do all the work he needed to avoid a reset and then threw the ball out of bounds. Big play there by Wynn. Is he going to get that right out of Cordershaw's hands?
He sure did. And the beater's going to finally get over there to clean it up. Nice tackle there by Tim Wynn and a good strip. His hard work not rewarded, though, as he jogs back to the hoop.
Yeah. So 2 minutes to the 20-minute mark. I would say Toronto probably needs to get 2 more goals on the board here if they really want to be in a competitive position, down 70 at the moment.
Yeah.
They're back in a 2-minute beater set. I feel like that's when they've been their most effective.
And Toronto's not gonna have bludger controls. They come up with the ball here.
A change of beats where they both miss each other. Oh, he's got a race over here. That's gonna be Toronto ball. Is this Toronto
and Nafta's gonna have the ball up top. A nice little move there against Wynn. He's gonna with the step back and the mid-range shot.
A huge runoff in the corner here gets Toronto bludger control back, and they get the goal. One more goal, and hey, they've met my goal for them before the 20-minute mark. A big defensive stand here is what they need. As we see San Antonio going deeper and deeper into their depth here.
That's Craig Garrison with the ball up top with Tim Wynn, who's going to set a little pick. The ball's going to go. A nice little floater there from Craig.
Yeah, big shot there from Craig Garrison. San Antonio looking for a call, not going to get one there.
And now Melchior's going to sub out for Crow. He's going to pick up the ball. Gomes coming down with him. Reyes and Garrison and Wynn keeping a watchful eye. Pass back out. A nice tackle there from Wynn.
Yeah. Good play all around. I like Crow finding her there. She's just a little slow to get the ball out, and a big tackle there by Wynn, who's really been flying all over this pitch.
Yeah, he's brought the energy for sure.
A lot of minutes too logged in this game, I feel like. As it does seem like San Antonio is content to rest some of their top lines. We haven't seen much Luke Langonese. We haven't seen much Connor McIntyre.
Time is 19:30. 19:30.
So San Antonio has a choice here, and something we haven't seen a lot of teams utilize to hold for last possession here before the 20-minute mark. They can just make this possession last. I'll stop talking because Eric Reyes is about to drive.
Eric Reyes drives. Looked like he was beat before the throw.
Yeah. I mean, that's a basic basketball concept, right? You don't have to give Toronto this free possession.
Right.
This possession never has to happen.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a mistake there from Reyes.
So this will officially be the last possession of the game before the 20-minute mark and the snitch appearing on pitch. Toronto has to get a goal here.
And Crow's going to look to dish. The beater's back into play, though. It's going to be a turnover.
Yeah, it's Wynn again.
Yeah, nice tackle there from Wynn. Wraps him up. Beater's able to capitalize on it. And the Soldados able to stuff the last possession there.
Yeah, big defensive play from them there. Now it's just all about catching the snitch, and the Soldados have been good at it. Logan Zahn, who's donning the yellow headband there, still in his warm-up, so we'll see if he gets the start, though. Has been a force for them, making a lot of catches. But yeah, Toronto is still in this game if they can get a snitch grab. It'd be a long hill to climb, but
to climb.
Yeah. You got to imagine, though, that San Antonio could shift up to first gear whenever they wanted and put this game away.
So if this is people's first game watching of the day, just remind us how it's going to play out from here.
Sure. So this is the 20-minute timeout. At the 20-minute timeout, we determine a set score by adding 70 points to the leading team score. San Antonio's at 120 right now, so the set score is going to be 190. First team to 190 wins. Snitch is going to be released now about a 10-second seeker floor after we restart play. Catch is worth 45 points. It doesn't end the game. It's just a means to the end of getting to that set score. First team to set score wins, and that's about it for the end game. And as we see, it can create some pretty exciting scenarios, as we saw in our first game of the day.
Right, just in the last game, Minneapolis able to catch the snitch, make it a horse race to end it, with each team only needing 3 goals to win before Tyler Trudeau was able to put the winner through for Washington.
Yeah, of course. So again, the stakes of this game, the winner will be guaranteed a spot in the quarterfinals, and they'll just be playing for seeding, either the 4th or 6th seed against the winner of the New York-Kansas City matchup. The loser will have to win 2 in a row to qualify as the 7 or the 8 seed. It's a tough road ahead, but as you said, these are 2 of the more talented teams in this primary bracket, so definitely life for Toronto if they aren't able to come away with the victory here. Meanwhile, on our other pitch, which is streaming on our Twitch channel, the League City Legends are up 9-7 on the Rochester Whiteout. The winner of that game is going to play Washington for the 5 seed. A game that I believe will be on this pitch later in the day.
So let's talk about what each team needs to do here. Like you said, a long hill to climb for Toronto. How might they look to get back in this?
So you've got a really good snitch here in Cooper, Matt Cooper from the UVA program. And I'm wondering if you just go for a gambit here, keep your beaters in the quaffle game, and say, like, can we run up some goals? Because how else are you winning here?
I think that's. Yeah, I think that's a. Not
the only other option is you slow the quaffle game out of existence and try to catch a snitch.
Right. Yeah, I like that. I think that you give the Soldados all the time they want on the snitch and try and get back in this game in the quaffle game.
Yeah, maybe if you score 3 or 4, then you can go for the catch, right? But right now, a catch I don't think even gets them far enough because they're down 7.
Right.
So you'd be down 3, and again, Soldados haven't really shifted to first gear unless they've really had to.
We've seen what a huge advantage Soldados have in the fast break. With beaters out of the game, you think they might run over Toronto a little bit. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Good job, Ethan.
You know us. We like those snitch on pitch gambits.
Yeah, definitely.
But we're not the snitch on pitch gambits because that's a whole nother issue.
Oh, got it.
And it looks like play's about to resume. It's going to be Soldado's ball.
So it'll be Christos Caldas seeking for the Toronto Raiders and Logan Zahn seeking for the San Antonio Soldados.
And the game's back on. And Soldados have bludgeon control. And a missed beat there from Gala.
So Zahn's going to get the first look here at the snitch.
And Toronto is going after that seeker. They are not going to gambit. They're not going to gambit, as you said.
San Antonio's not really rushing here, though I feel like they could just score some goals. Miguel Esparza, though, is not your number one driver by any means. He'd much rather dish and die, or shoot.
And he's going to look for an opening here.
Ball stripped out. Oh, great play by Esparza, though. Will he keep possession? It's a foot race, and Wynn's going to win it.
Nice little play there from Esparza. Able to kick it while on the ground. A nice little dump there. Tim Wynn able to make a nice little ball fake and find the middle hoop.
Yeah, really a nice little game from Wynn, who has played the bulk of this team's minutes, I feel like, both offensively and defensively.
Been very energetic and been very in control while driving. And Toronto, a lot of time here with the snitch.
Yeah, I don't even see the... Oh, San Antonio's just not playing the snitch game, so they're going for the gambit. Which, I mean, it makes some sense, right? Like, what is a catch really doing to you right now? Some tennis grunts from Christos Caldas as he goes for the snitch.
A nice little dish there, unable to convert, but the ball's going to go back. Esparza's just going to kick it back to Toronto.
I will say that the South has been the region most okay with just allowing snitch games to play and keeping the beaters in the quaffle game, which could speak to the physicality that we've seen out of that region through the years. Sloppy play there from Naftel.
Yeah, a sloppy no catch from Naftel for sure.
But also lazy from Soldados to let Mastelado get there first. She does get beat before she can shoot, but...
Yep, and like you said, Soldado's going to slow this game down, going to keep it in the half court, and they're going to try and win on quaffle points.
Tracy now on offense, happy to beat away the seeker, but goal is also there.
And Toronto able to get bludgeon control back in that exchange.
Gomes now in at seeker for Toronto. One thing we haven't talked about is Toronto is not very deep this weekend. They do not have a full 21 with them. At some point you have to wonder, do you conserve energy for the games that are really going to matter over a game that you probably aren't going to win?
And Esparza going way wide behind the hoops here. Looking for that small hoop. Comes all the way around. Jumps over the beat. Hits the ground first. Slips by the tackler and is able to put it through. That was a long run. That was a long run from Esparza there. Able to find a way to the right, to the middle hoop from a circuitous route. Crow's going to come down the field now. He's going to make a move, continue to look. Nice beat there from number 80. Tim Wynn looking to run, looking at the beater, but it misses. The beat misses, and he's able to stuff it through the middle hoop. A really great beat there from 80 that freed that fast breakup. 4 more goals from the Soldados will end it. The score's now 150-50, playing to 190.
Again, I see our scoreboard stopped working for us. I apologize for that.
A pull here will win it for the Soldados, if they so choose. They haven't been expending any energy from the snitch, on the snitch, with their beating game. Content to let it play out in quaffle play. Tim Wynn going to come up with the ball again, dish it back to Esparza, and they're going to take a look up. And now the Soldados now the Soldado beaters are circling around that snitch because they know that a pull here will win it. Now Eric Reyes is going to come in to try and end this thing for the Soldados. Snitch almost backs into the other seeker there. Esparza is still at midfield with Tim Wynn. Beaters now, Soldados beater now clearing it out. A nice shot there from Esparza. Score is 160-50.
Please kick that. What's the time?
Esparza with the ball again, running down the field. It's a fast break. He's going to put it through. Hits the scoreboard on its way for a little emphasis. 170-50. The Soldados beaters maintaining nice bludgeon control here. Really circled around the seeker. Eric Reyes going after it. Melchior gets caught there by 80. A nice catch from it. We're going to have a stoppage of play. And Naraki has really played well since coming back into the game.
Yeah, I mean, he should be the best player on this field. He should be the best player for the San Antonio Soldados. I mean, he is the heir apparent to Jackson Johnson. He's not quite at that level yet, but I mean, that's what he's going to need to be this weekend if they want to compete for a title.
Yeah, and he's been playing really well since coming back in the game. Tim Wynn still out there, like you said, playing a lot of minutes for the Soldados here.
Yeah, I think it's kind of minute eating, to be honest. Mm-hmm. They're clearly saving the likes of Luke Langone, etc.
And been filling time well.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely earning that time, Phil.
A nice pass, a nice dish to 20, Melissa Kite.
Yeah, real clean finish there from Kite on a pass a little bit behind her. So we are on game point here now for the Soldados. Like I said, the South, more than other divisions, has been really happy and content to just win games in the quaffle game. As Matt Cooper is not letting Cassie Reinhold anywhere near, but Cassie Reinhold being in at Seeker is allowing them to play an extra mil in the quaffle game. As Melchior just drives through the defense and scores.
Melchior stuffs it and able to find a goal here, but next goal wins for the Soldados.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more performance out of Melchior in the next couple games if they want to advance through the bracket and make the quarterfinals.
And Naraki's going to come up with Esparza to clear the way for him here. A beat misses from Toronto, and that's not going to go down.
Yeah, that wasn't going down either way.
Mm-mm. But a scramble, a nice rebound.
I think the perfect end of this game is Tim Wynn out hustling everyone to a ball and putting it through.
Yeah, that was we're getting a call here from the refs. The game is over. Yeah, that was a really nice way to finish.
Yeah. He's really the guy who ate the most time, scored the most goals, made the most defensive tackles.
Yeah, and a good win here for San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, they did what they had to do, kept their players fresh. Of the teams that we think are really in contention for a title, they have to play the most games, right? Because they have to advance through this bracket. Yep. Teams like Boston and Austin aren't starting until 3:30 this afternoon. Mm-hmm. They now have to play probably a New York team that's very talented. And again, this is before Austin even entered the fray. Good use of minutes by San Antonio, clean game, took care of business. As for Toronto, we saw some sloppiness. They're going to need to clean it up because, like I said, they should still be a favorite to grab one of those last couple spots in the quarterfinals. So that's going to do it for us for this game. We will be back with a quick interview and then our third game of the day right after that, I believe, between the Titans and San Antonio. That might be one game away.
Titans Stampede.